All right. Amazing. Is my mic working? No, it's not. So maybe it is. Ah, here we go. Nice. Awesome. Um, let's start. View capture device. Should be it. Unless, like, I need to switch HDMI. Something like that. I'm not sure. Is this? That's it. Not sure why it's not connecting. Hmm. Um, is it not? Let's see. USB. It's not showing. Hmm. It needs to be switched around like that. No. How about that? Does this work? No. It's disconnected to again. It's connected to the TV. I'll switch it around. Does that work? Good to know. That works, but just delete that. Hmm. Interesting. I'm not sure this isn't working. Look at the blocks again for this capture card thing. So I have one in there. Input is input. In the right one, that's output. Input is in the right place. Output is in the right place. Not sure this is working. I don't know. Does that work? Oh, maybe. Hmm. I'm not sure why this isn't working. It was working before. It should be like that. Interesting. No? Maybe? Uh, shit. Uh, sure how this works. It was working before, but it's not working anymore. How do I fix that? Do I need to plug it into the TV? So I can, I suppose. Anything working, maybe? Oh, it works on here. Okay, I'll work with that. Oh, don't turn off though. I need you to be on. Let's go here. There we go. Guess I'm just got to use it like this. Let me stretch you out a bit more. Ah, nice. Now, let's get going. This is what I've been working on, but I think for this stream, I will just be doing some stuff. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger than that. That much. Less. That should be good. That should be good. I think first and foremost, I'll start with something some people may recognize. I'll start with simple sonic draw. I don't draw this guy as much as it will. I used to drum a lot back in when I was younger. I had a lot of experience with them. And I can show you all how I do it. Because I've drawn them for so long and can low-key do a lot of this just from memory, really. Obviously, I'm not as good as I used to be. I used to draw this guy like almost every day, but I can get pretty close to something I reasonably like. And I guess if anybody wants to see my art process, this is how I go about it. If anybody is learning how to draw, I suppose. On digital art specifically. I used to draw on graphite before. I'm still on. I honestly still am better on that, but alas, I gotta get better at this medium. Because if I do want to make comics and stuff, but if I'm just gonna use graphic like work for that, I don't really know how far I can get. I mean, it's possible, but I feel like for my skill level, and if I want to make comics and stuff, I should just start with digital because there's more options. And I have more things I can use if I need like assets like backgrounds and stuff. Because I'm not good at drawing backgrounds at all. I wish I was, but I'm not. I only got like an hour or so of stream before I go to work, but I figured I'd start a stream now just to show off what I can do. By no means am I good, but I think I'm good enough to the point where I can show off. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Um, I was hoping I could probably like advertise this somewhere, like on TikTok. Actually, I just realized I've never advertised that on my YouTube channel before. If I really want, actually, let me put that in my live chat if anybody wants to see it. What's my should be this. That can. For anybody that wants to see my finished work. I'm gonna do this actually. Maybe give a smirk instead. Make it a little cooler, I suppose. Well, I've been told whenever I draw, I just kind of go really quickly. And I do, unfortunately. If I just know what I'm doing, I tend to go pretty fast. But if I'm drawing a character I don't really know, or if I don't have like a clear idea of what I'm doing, I usually just take it slower to just figure it out better. But if I know what I'm doing, I just kind of zip through it. I'm not one to like really slow down, but you know, I can take my time. But that's what these streams are for. I'm hoping that the more streams I do of me drawing, the more time I actually spend working on these drawings and making them look better. Yeah, yeah. Doing all this live streaming stuff is my way of motivating. I'm also hoping, especially if I get my TikTok open, so I can just like draw things for people on stream. If they request it, give me something to practice my skills with. It's nice. I wouldn't mind it. I don't have a huge fan base in here, so. But it would be nice. It'd be nice. Should probably make his hands bigger, so it's got his fat fucking hands. Gonna make him a little more casual. Like he's about to get ready for a jog, but he just wants to, I don't know, piss someone off first time. Probably that big of a fan. Let's be real here. Something like that. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? That's a little weird. Yeah, that's weird. Although I don't know if I want his hand to be like that. Or his arm for that matter. I feel like maybe I should do something more like that. Perhaps. It seems like it would work a little better. There's something already wrong with this, and I'm not sure what to do about it. Maybe it's just the arm. Oh yeah, it was the arm. It was the arm. If anything, it kind of looks like it would be like rubbing his nose. I don't know if I want to actually draw him doing that, but he's definitely done it before. If you know, you know. His Santa shoes, the iconic Santa shoes, everybody's favorite. Spines were a little weird though when that right there. Something wrong with those. Something happened. We're not sure what. But something did in fact happen. After I finished the body anyway. I don't know if I'm gonna get much past this first sketch, but we can all hope and cope that hopefully maybe we can get it to look normal-ish. If anything, I kind of wish I could get like a Sonic audience on my TikTok, but I'm not sure, like so far anyway, if that's gonna happen. It seems like my audience is more into maybe like Digital Circus, or maybe not Digital Circus, but I've gotten a lot of likes on uh, one of my Digital Circus drawings that you could see on my TikTok that I put in chat. But yeah, I would prefer. I know this is asking for a lot, but it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome if I could maybe make enough Sonic drawings so that I can get like some Sonic fans in my uh feed, because I would feed my whatever the fuck my followers. It'd be awesome because I've drawn Sonic for so long, and it's a fun thing to do. I don't really mind it. I don't really know if I have like a particularly unique way of drawing him because he was like for a long, long time. He was like the only character I ever drew, but I mean, I think it's different enough. I mean, it's definitely not too. It's not too different from how Sonic really looks in the games, but Definitely need to fix that up. I didn't realize how much that fixed just by doing that. That looks kind of creepy, doesn't it? Isn't bad, but I'd like to fix a couple things. I don't like how his hand is like covering his foot. It kind of bothers me. That works. That works. I wonder if I should color anything on stream. I know it'd be good practice if I did, but I don't know if I like. I feel like it'd be a bit weird. I haven't really like watched too many um, art streams, but every time I've watched one, they hadn't really bothered to color. I think it's just because it's just a bunch of doodles and stuff, which makes sense. They're usually just talking with the, well, at least, what's it called? It's the art series, slightly artistic. Yeah, they just talk while making doodles. That's kind of what I want to do, if I can get some people to do that with me. But for right now, I just wanted to introduce it and see what it'd be like. And I'm kind of enjoying it so far. It's nice. Well, talking to myself really, but talking while doing my art process makes it easier. So look at this guy's face. Let me draw, like fix a couple of things. This is a neat trick, by the way. If you're noticing a lot of problems in your drawing, just trace over it again and redo a couple of things. It makes it look good. It's like outlining, but sketching. It's just an easy way for me to clean up my artwork and make it look more professional. Because I'm a messy sketcher. I do not like making them clean. That's not my priority at all. And I think that's pretty normal, but I know, or at least I've seen a couple of artists in their art process. They're just like, they're really kind of clean. They just do everything in one line, but I, I can't. I have to keep redoing the same line over and over until I get an idea of what the line I want. I only do that like thing where I redo the line over and over if I'm doing like real line work with a G pen. For right now, this is just sketching stuff. Just a bunch of sketching. Okay. Got that nice little smirk. The classic. I, I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I like to think that I've like gotten that smirk completely down. Almost anyway. I don't think it's completely accurate. I'm pretty sure the iconic smirk from, um, is it Uikawa's art style? I don't know, but it's like more like that, something like that. Probably a little more smooth like that. Probably be better if I used that. It was more accurate. Probably wouldn't make it like that size or so. He probably would like, yeah, roughly. I can't replicate like, well, it's basically just the Nike's logo if you think about it. That's basically it. I like to do my own spin on it and do something like that because I think it looks cooler, but it's just me. You know, throughout all my years of drawing, I just thought, well, I could use this as a model for how I draw my smirks. So I made it a little more angular, I guess. Or at least like at this point, it's a little more angular. And then just instead of doing like a smooth thing here, I just kind of stop it and then line. It's easier to draw, and I think personally it works better in my style. That's really the only reason. But yeah, I'm hoping if I do more art streams like this, I can get possibly some attention and, uh, well, practice. Practice makes perfect, as they always say, and I don't know. I mean, I've always wanted to show my art, but I've always never had the patience to make a lot of really good art pieces just sitting by myself. I need something to do while I'm doing it, which I found a couple of little strategies. So, like, I don't know, I'll put on a game in the background, like Super Smash Bros. I'll play in arenas and shit, and then I'll, like, if I'm waiting, like during the waiting times, I'll just draw. Too bad I don't really get that time too often though, because it turns out I'm better than a lot of people on the game. Not to show off, but I just don't find a whole lot of like really good people in arenas. At least like not enough to like force me out so much that I have enough time to do art stuff. But though if I'm thinking about it, I could just like kick myself out every time the round's over, which I've thought about a couple of times, but then sometimes I lose and then I just want to rematch immediately if I'm given the chance. It's an addictive thing. That's why I'm not really sure if I want to continue doing that. And instead, I'll do something like this so that I can still talk, or like I mean I can still do something else while I'm drawing, but it's not like addictive. It won't like prevent me from like making like getting work done basically. No music. That's all good. I'm gonna have to stop the stream soon anyway. Probably like 18. I'll sell it 25 minutes from now. I'll stop, and then maybe later tonight, if I have time, I will make another stream. Just making more doodles and stuff. I wanted to say this earlier. I'm not sure if I did, but I want like um when I start these streams, I kind of want to like do a warm up thing where like I'll start a canvas like this, like a blank one, and I'll just make a bunch of doodles, maybe like 3 or 4, before I move on to like actual pieces I'm gonna finish, like this one. I also thought this one to like finish it because right now it's just messy. I did that on purpose because I thought it'd be aesthetically pleasing, but really I just want to pump some easy thumbnail out, not have to think about it too hard. But yeah, yeah. I'm really hoping that this strategy of drawing while live streaming will go because I like talking, but I don't really get that chance when I'm just drawing all by myself. So it would be nice to just do some streams every once in a while of me drawing, uh, like maybe show some of my like viewers my process. Maybe encourage some people to draw too. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's that good, but I'm sure I could teach a couple of young artists a couple of things. I suppose just make maybe how I draw things. Not that I'm trying to show off or anything, but anyway, just getting this drawing all cleaned up, or like at least like cleaned up enough so that I can look at it with detail, see if there's anything wrong with it, which there probably will be. Let's see. This spine. Well, let me do this arm real quick. So once I do this arm, we'll do like the final tell if I need to fix the spine or not. Have I been saying spine? I meant like I don't know. Because quills. Good lord, it's quills. I don't like why I kept calling them spines. I don't even know what the fuck spines are. Like a back, brother. Hold on. Respond to somebody. Okay, back to it. So I was working on the quills. I don't think it looks too bad. I think this looks a little odd, I suppose. It just looks a little like lopsided. I want it to look a little more even than that. How about that? Does that look better? I'm just noticing. Yes, it is. And this is a little messy, I know. This kind of comes with the style I'm choosing, but I want to like a little bit of clarity so that like it's a little obvious what I'm trying to do. Clarity is of the utmost importance when it comes to drawing. I'll say that much. Hmm. Um, there we go. I'm almost wondering though if I should have the quill in front of the leg, and I'm starting to think that I probably should, because it looks a little weird with it like in front of it, right? Because it's like it's technically his leg in the back. It's not the one in the front. So I think I could get away with doing this. And I don't have to show off that weird looking foot I drew. Just add some clarity there. Go. Those little back quills. His butt quill, whatever the fuck his tail. I didn't really say butt quill. Hmm. Some weird going on here. I'm not quite sure what, but there's something. Well, let's think about this, because if his leg's right here, it'll probably be like something like that. So if I leave it like that, and then I draw his little stomach, it'll probably look something like that. Pretty sure. I don't need that there though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not bad. Alright. One more work there. I've also been thinking that if my live stream can start getting views and starts getting attention, I'll take requests from other people, obviously, and then I'll like post the entire thing on my TikTok so that everybody can see it, perchance. And like, yeah, it might be a cool idea, but if I like whoever suggests whatever I draw, I'll write their name, like who wanted it, like commissioned by, or maybe not commissioned, suggested by, I guess, I don't know, suggested by such and such. I'll figure it out once the time comes, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have like a dedicated schedule to this, but ideally it'd be almost every day. Maybe not on the days I work like today, but on days when I'm not tired and I have a bunch of free time, which is a good portion of the days. I'm just spend those days working on my process. So I have to work at 4, so can't stream all day. But it'd be the dream, truly. Classic Sonic drawing, let me tell you. Not too shabby. This stream also allows me, like this streaming idea allows me to like make simpler drawings without like forcing me to make overly complex ones and put a lot of pressure on me to make like complex drawings to post because, well, that's just so stressful. It kind of discourages me from posting a whole lot. So this is like kind of my way of mass producing stuff that everybody can see me do, I suppose. Of course, I don't know how well it will do, but it'd be super sick if it did. Because I'd like to interact with other like fans of my work potentially. Maybe get some criticism too, because I need that. Can't get better without it. I technically already have my source of criticism, and that's my brother, because he's a much better artist than me, but it'd be nice to get some other perspectives too, rather than just like one every time. I gotta say though, if I start doing streams like this, I'm probably gonna have to start like fucking preparing my goddamn voice because I'm gonna be talking for like likely, or at least like what I've been planning for like for 3 to 4 hour streams of just drawing, just so that like I get my practicing and everything. But it's like a stream too, also, so you have to like talk a little bit and uh, interact with other people if they're watching. That's just how videos are, so they don't get boring. But whew, it's gonna tire my voice out. I don't particularly speak a whole bunch when it comes to like anything like at work or school or anything like that. I just don't have the personality. But if I'm doing something like this, I kind of have to. Not that I want to. Well, I mean, I don't mind it because I'm essentially talking to myself, but I'm still like, I'm talking about something I care about, you know, drawing and such. I can't exactly do that at my job, for example, because not everybody would care. Drawing's not a very popular thing, believe it or not. There's the Sonic. Let me just finish outlining, I suppose. I know I technically just outlined, but it's not like clean outlines. I just like doing sketchy outlines, not just for fun, but also because it makes it easier to like outline what I intentionally wanted out of the drawing. So it's not really a waste of time per se. It's just making it easier for me to outline and actually like make it make sense without me having to stretch my brain out because I can't sketch with outlines. At least that's not like my point with my art style. Okay. Yeah, this is the type of smile I want. Looks a lot more clear when I draw it like that. That's what I mean by angular. I don't know if it was like pretty obvious when I drew like, sketching, but that's like the whole point. To sketch twice. It's to make a rough draft that you want, clean it up, and then do it so that you know like what I'm doing. Like I know what I'm supposed to put there, because otherwise it's not very obvious. It's it's a little weird to jump from that immediately to outlining. Even me, who is somebody that likes to speedrun drawing as much as possible, I know that it is a bad idea to just skip from the rough draft right to outlining. It is so bad. I'm sure some really talented artists can, but I can't. And any beginner artist or intermediate one should probably avoid doing that too, unless they're super comfortable. But is that is not me. That is for sure. There's a little finger pointing at you, the viewer. He's pointing at all of the people that will eventually see this. What time is it? 3:20. Alright. It's not bad. I'm gonna leave around like 3:35 though, so a couple minutes here. I'll end the stream, but at the very least, this is kind of the kind of stream I've been wanting to make, or like the type of videos, I guess. Just me talking, blow drawing, kind of therapeutic, if honestly, but it's also helping me, the artist, make the art, get to practice. It's pretty tough for me otherwise to like, the motivation isn't there if I'm not talking to anybody, if I'm not near anybody. It gets rid of my focus, makes me feel sad for lack of better words, I guess. It's right there. I didn't do this for this stream, but what I want to do later on in my other streams is play some music in the background. I don't know what everybody would like to listen to. I'm sure if I get more viewers, I can like put up some stuff. But what I'm probably gonna play for the most part was probably like video game music or like Vocaloid if anybody knows about that. But it should be some stuff like that. And then like the occasional like actual music. Sometimes I'll play like Gorillaz or other music like that, but for the most part, I just play like video game music or like uh, Vocaloid music. So a lot of just online stuff. Probably more relatable than just playing like real life music. At least for me it is. I don't know about other people. There, let's take that off for a second. It's not too bad, does it? Well, it does look like something's missing. Maybe a little bit of like thickness at the corners. It could help maybe. Do some work here too, because it's there. Hmm. Potential. Potential. The potential's all here. It's just hard to tell. Someone outside my house just having a big ass fucking motor. Like a motorcycle or something, like a loud ass fucking truck. Hate those people. No offense, it's just I don't like the noise. I probably shouldn't say hate, but it's if you know what I mean, you know, just hearing it blasting in my ears when I'm driving, or literally if I'm just sitting anywhere outside. Whew, fucking eardrums gone, basically. Where are those like people ever have to like, or like if they ever like genuinely lose their hearing because of that? So I know there's a lot of old people that tend to have cars like that, if I'm not mistaken. At least like I don't know, because there's always people using trucks, and it's usually always old, middle-aged people doing that. Middle-aged men for sure. Wonder if they always lose their hearing, and it's all because of that. I honestly, I would be surprised, because like that is so loud. If I can hear that in my house, there's a problem. Some people just really like removing the motors or the whatever it is, like the muffler things. Really like removing those so that they make it as loud as humanly possible, and as unenjoyable for other people too. Make other people pissed. I don't want to call out anybody, but it's just my opinion. I hate it. Hmm. Time seems to be cutting it close here. I might have to leave soon. So I kind of wish I could have finished this whole, like, at least get the outlining done. But if I have to end it here, it's all good. I can start it again another time. I just wanted to see what it'd be like to draw and, well, make some art before I have to go to hell that is work. Everybody talks about like people not having jobs and shit, and how it's scary to get it or something. But really, if you find like the right job, like I don't know, I know a lot of people would like agree with this, but like corporation jobs like Walmart or really any retail store, those actually aren't too bad for the most part, at least like compared to small company jobs, because you have a lot less to do. It's just that the problem with company jobs, like big corporation jobs, is that they tend to be more of like a dick to people, like giving them less respect for working there, which does stink. But for the most part, you are doing so much less work than I got like a company job, because you get paid less, you have to do more because there's less people there. It's a lot less rewarding. But I think the only other difference is that it can be a little less mentally straining, and you can make more deeper connections. But that isn't to say you can't do that at a like retail big company job either. I just find that corporation jobs tend to be a little more worth it. Maybe that's just me because I haven't really worked in any small company thing. I have once, like, like a food service aid thing, but that's about it. And it wasn't even that good, in my opinion. It's pretty annoying. Although that may just be me not knowing how to fucking function in the kitchen. I am fucking awful at cooking. Getting this fucking shit all done. At the very least before I have to go. I have to go here in like 2 seconds. Just let me finish this before I hop out. Oh, I just realized something. I never added the buckle. No. Let me add that right now. Here. Right there. Does that work? Yeah. Kind of. Just like redo this line real quick. There's supposed to be a line here, but I just want it to look three-dimensional because it's just a fucking buckle. There we go. That's better. Okay. Just fixing that up. This. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Well, that's unfortunately how much I can do for that, but just know there will be more in the future. And yeah, hopefully I can get some people from my TikTok to watch these videos, and then I can make some goofy little art for you guys without me having to post really complete drawings because it's hard for me to do. So, see you guys another time.